FIFA World Cup no enso ehas in fact and then I watch pepe and a Mexico South Africa game no ebie World Cup na no na yebe nia monitania ma e kwase no piatena se yebeko national teams na camp said omo arrive ewo eye Brazil Canada and afa Mexico ne yebeko nya kodin koma hoboa national teams no eye nyina for the World Cup no yede ho nsem enso eba ewo dwumaje ne so yebe national teams do not tepio so omo and a better World Cup no which is Brazil, South and Spain, France, Argentina, any countries I can Obama Kenyano, you don't want some ever to pay so don't forget. Sir, you ever sound so to any acquire transfers because transfers no and some P and so on yet Abraham Ewo so Madrid presidential elections no home common and so Egusua Eba Enrique Riquelme and Fiorentino Perez and Comedy Omumia 2 parties no Eguso with Nicola Piatras no yebe update flow in eba na ye de honsem enso media basanso and yebefia and nano Tuesday and the Black Stars of Ghana eba yonkufa kensi ye ne was 1-1 and score like be betenance no ye di match no home na misanso bisa se wa we a supporter of the national team no saying and also a team no even going to the World Cup no players are coach Carlos Queiroz and so are selected on the same and also no coach and ankasa ne system because friendly match no Emma yenya an idea of how I coach no ABC as set up Christian and Maxwell and Emma yenya coach no approach obetimi edia matches nyina no yebisa so also the NSA yebasaba nia sabe di hon come out pay e wo dwumade no so in fact ahomachi and the Black Stars of Ghana team na enso touchdown e wo America na what a reception and omunya na Ghanaians omo America no they did very well. In fact, they did very well. In their numbers, Moko Airport, Echo Wakami, a team no, na Nasim Gotua. Na coach Carlos Queiroz, Edin Sembakra, Edia to your Ghana focus, Cecia, the next 3 matches no, and no mekanisa, na metrese. Yen games a bedi enemy and I say yen group games no coach I didn't focus and sweat media ba thanks to an honorable Kofi Adams so no and a sector minister for sports one also akasa and afa a yen World Cup no was say obesrese Ghana for nyina yemfa yen mora and yen spiritual support emfa entitled nachi na World Cup ayekoi enima entimi enkoi yebeti ayo opinion somewhere one enso area to your sound so and yeba the other stories are and also ewa monone and I say wofia yet by the FA vice president era McAddo also in Zambia what to by the Black Stars ni no they were Thomas Brandon Asante a player for the national team and I'm game no obesia can be wakasha the affa team no and said you almost at this point in time you know no pain of course yaba Michael Essien the bulldozer and so akasa the affa you na Essien and common yebeti Augustela Hemfo and so our footwear what the American na what transi ehwe game no na already our footwear your person my coach no se ne style no and se yebebo a defensive system and you be to say NS Nyama also a static game no Antoine Semenyo yam fanu koba number 9 dey ntina against him for chere sansem no and so okasa sansem no wadi nchemu enso de abaye betie na the Black Queens enso ashomo campaign as yenum se nyame ya July and a women's AFCON no ebe koso ewo Morocco and ambassador for the national teams baby jet asamojan stormy omu training grounds ewo Legon na ensemwa asamojan edekwotu dwa no yebetie coach came last coach and no so ho na Kemlas is work Black Stars assistance you na omo you know okay we buy mon kan otuaro de na omo de kan ho yes by this time na go beja man ho no akwatena America na well yeah by this time on kan yeah changes away technical bench no on count no on ehwe ma no ti ni nyina ensem ya bobo no pay yeah the Abraham ewo dwumaje no so Maxwell nana esienda wa ha na obeti bigi ensonka ewo dwumaje no se na bedwafo a yedum bo dwumaje no obeti obi ankambering edi Andrew so wusu obeti afremi Andy Castles mitramu na edi ama your regular host chairman Bright Kankambodu enche yebe chance age update from America edi free chairman BKB enche cry be chance age update no nyina enso de abade yakoso Black Stars arrival training sessions any ade nyina no yebe je ho nkomo enso edi free chairman so ye kama pa na nkomane de e also Jacob Achusebe any production team no enso aye setter wo mo etai chidenden together we form a solid team and the pure morning sports no enso but once again yamo akwaba enfamra ene jumadi na sorry so at exactly 12:30 na ambitious enso but na ye be sound so abie phone lines no na wa kire wa adwene so de baby adro no e wo critical aye point what I say woke up no anibre enso atinya benti ene wa and both on the phone lines and I feel a Facebook comment section no Ninano Yanamo and Maxo Nanas and boss good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andy.
Nabi Biaboko
Yamiadumo
Yankopas Black Stars Aquaco Drew Yawabi Duomo but there is one story bia from last Monday and I started about na me edi kaba na me say bi obi na akwotro ni mere story there to baby. Last Tuesday, me notice ade bi ewo yen game ni mu. On see about in Yuki was. And then run so on social media ni nyema ni bia e bana. Ninyina has to do with Thomas Party issue when ya ewo Yuki. Me ni say what really bia say the English FA gonna who say Ghana against England no. Omuma English players no enchia Thomas Party na ninyina say there is a rape charge on Thomas Party nti omuso fi say obi a sabi umuma na obetinya ye ma saade deserve say omube so ene a won sem now I have had some Ghanaians so almost say England for to take a sad decision say omumu players no enchia Party and you also Ghana FA so e catch Ghana players no best starting it was almost England for no so mun chia party ama almost maka no 10 other players na aka no and so chia any English player.
Now the question is party be jina here or park and also na chia na start because if your party will not be on the first row. But what because most often I had a captain goalkeeper and I had on more first row. In TBF as a party or the 7th or the 8th or even the 11th row. The English players will greet all the players. When they get there, they will not greet party.
I'm assuming say for that decision to come out, I'm going to take a decision say omu enchia party.
Okay, so it will be an afterthought decision and well, I think also even in our society, Ghana and Africa, rape is a wrong thing.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to associate with a rapist for that matter.
Yeah.
So it is the same up there. But the difference is that here Partey is only accused. But what I say, he's not been convicted on the amateur. He might be discharged. Now you're free from every allegation. But until then, no, investigation, they call proceedings, it is their culture. But it is their culture. Nobody should blame them. Fine, how we do things here in Ghana is different from how they do their things. It is their culture, and in their culture, they feel like this allegation the tool so they will make sure before because their own nationals have suffered this before.
Yeah.
This boy was about
Greenwood.
Mason Greenwood.
Assault. So
the crowd was an assault. Like make sure say their culture, but look at what he went through. And over French international Man City Mendy, he also went through later. It turned out to be a false. What I say, it's their culture. When that happened, that's what they do. So we should respect them. Greeting party or not greeting party will not change the score. Will not change the way we're gonna play. Will not change anything. But if as a FIFA and Gasana or Monobem no because of fair play, they will stop the English from doing that. So if FIFA are unable to stop them, you can't stop them from Ghana. They didn't. It won't matter. What will matter? And they said we need to be focused. And I say, England. I heard England here, Bishop. World Cup here, Panama na cry. I say Panama. Oh, na England mum maybe any of Marco Bono watch room. But just what I say. And see, what I'm trying to say is that it is their culture. Just as a haswa, yes, your culture, there is a way we do it. And see, if they will not greet party, and they made me, I don't, what is a night? Does that mean say if they don't greet party, Ghana cannot play? We can't into me mobile. And a greeting party never mind. So if they decide they don't want to greet party, they should go their way. We are going there to play. Born here, Kobo. And in that party, when he was playing, he was being booed. In the party, he has gone through all that. Then, or it's up. And a party, so you'll be he should be hailed and be given respect. Because a micro and KBA will not be able to get the psychological edge to play the game. And I did make out, and I will even tell them that they should excuse me. Because 100,000, but party, they have more than that. And he's a guy or skin or a very tough. So to me, Jim say he still want to do something for his nation. We should pardon him. Pardon him so anyhow, but we should show him love. When we criticize him, he usually say I don't think say yes. This is a time as Ghanaians, we also have to show love to Partey. We need to let him know that we love him. He's one of us and we support him. For all you know, I can tell you confidently, Partey will come out. I hope you understand. But the England for a psychological play no money abo yen chia mo player na yadwen akoso wunchia misumi nchia. I hope you understand. They know say yen Africans and na Madam Fubako Nicholas Kofi. I think he's one of the senior staff of mining company back or not. And na all catcher him say Max. Or her ball now. On say no Poland in Nigeria. Nigeria taking lead. Na Poland by almost taking a Poland by. And no cause other African nations or mu taking leader or mu to mean close game. Now me say more problem, a loss of concentration. And our bro no so nim sadien. Until when we even take the leader, cut 9 members of the game. No? Ghana so the same thing. We Wales we took the lead, right? 9 minutes they know. And that is where they press more. They know that these people lost or concern. Oh, the upper Africans, when they take the lead against our Brofana, majority of time, somebody hold on to the lead. Those that we are even going to win. Also, we go through a hell of way and Sunday to make a close game. And they know that concentration and all that. And almost England, let me tell you this. Forget about the squad we have. The fact that it is Ghana, a ring a bell to the English. Because they're also looking for, say, if Ghana beat them, to them, no, it's much of a disgrace. And I'm just all saying, because the Ghana ranking, look at the players they have and all that. So Ghana also sure might to be an indictment on them. So they will play every psychological edge. But they also respect us. Because when him kakra ya World Cup, when check we rank second, sending any Italy, money Brazil, but the way we play and all that, they also give us some sort of respect. So these are some of the issues that, because when him say be a Croatia game and Andy. It might be a drawn game. Or the all team beat Croatia, England. They will play to a draw. They know that they can beat Panama. They will get how many points? 4 points. That wouldn't let them top the table. Maybe Croatia might top the table. But what I say, so the results they will get against Ghana. So almost the pen part when we say the results they will get against Ghana will go a long way to show whether or not they are going to top the table or they might be second. And see, these are all part of the play. What we need to do is say the boys should stay focused. In Chianidas and carry. But so will be a boy you be near send to sis obi so onhia be no so about draw so omunhia pata and the mom for masamunko yeah born here kobo
Oleka Junior say Masa, it is a war they have drawn. There is a war they have drawn the line. No Ghanaian player should shake their hands as well. And Nicholas Agbusi say the player is just been accused, not prosecuted. I say whether they greet him or not, he's gonna play against them. Biggie
Atlas
na bibi aboko there.
Ya won ko indie na me adom bibia e kama
ya da nyankopon ase
sure
what you sankomu ya England for ya sha se omode be on party incident you win in the game against Wales Partey will be they were trying to bowl him no mu bully or mu bu no and now this is coming. Some Ghanaians say feel say some mind games be dem kokona sha se just as much like
Oleki Junior message na o kan no aso wo mitrim asaman coming back can and it's simple if you say I want to change your force if someone feels to say why in BB not drink I say ebi a wedding into shower one shower that is normal said the all can why so it is up to the panel to be decided so be chow and only concordant chain there are some now to Thomas Stay Party so Inyan Yishimu who say ampa. The idea to Thomas Stay Party to Nampa Party. So party yes adiano. And almost in Tiano into Muncha party different. But assembly idea to Nipano so. Yet be too many so. Today Mendy is back. But Mendy back now, Wabano. Uncle Ma back in Pankeye. The only thing Mendy has now is freedom. Mendy was going to be arguably one of the best left backs I ever in the game.
Yeah, especially when he was playing under Pep.
During his days at Manchester City. He was one of the best left backs in the game. But as some for to so entity say Mendy free game in the Okoda prison or bar back no. Mendy intimacy in the dadam beam. And sorry to say, Nkomo we nyina na toda ya na nyansa ni mu. Nyansa na me feel say enim ne say. E man o modern sam ne to mema na so no yenhu man anim.
Yeah.
Etianim guase na e ka Mendy no. Enim guase na e ka party no. Nipa na wo hye kire na ye di sa enim guase ni di party ni mpo no. Wiase nyina obi anim na nim sa den aye protect no. Na party di onye nipa.
And the other high with Biggie, the okay crash. A baby, I say, baby, none of yes, how not the accusee, none of no good be any master. What grandma say, no, no, dear, Obia one on them. Then I'm in the Yasam near Cocotte. Nay, some me, dear, some men in Babon team will be who banded you protected. What is the other party in Nipa? Only the Union Nipana. Mendy, we are said, Diana Mendiana. Ne kaya say yeah
oba no nsusu mpo ni sika bi obetimi dia compensate Mendy so at the end of the day dia akosi ade say nyehwe fa ho kokodi. It doesn't make sense in any way, but ebe wi ase no mbeka cho say omomra no ne ade me feel say the only thing I betimi area support Thomas Step party they say omo nchia party ama Ghana player bia nchia England player bia omo nyi nipa nsen obia. It's as simple as that. That is the only thing we can do to support Thomas Step party. Because Ekoba, so man chia party. Now other Ghanaian players no more chia or more. How is party going to feel? Send a party be feeling. Send me a party. Put yourself in party shoes. So we a party. Yen na nipa 11 ni gina line mo ayekwa kwa hobobo. Omo anchia me no. Me nuanom na e ka me ho no. Asam na ye de ato me so na yen nya hu se me di fo no. Me nuanom ni nyina achia omo. Me nko ade omo anchia me. Send a party be feeling.
Betrayed.
Of course. It's the Ghana Football Association and the technical team should let the Black Stars players know. Sekoba, se party started. Na eba no man chia party a. Ma Ghana ni player bia nchia England player bia. Omo nya nipa nsin obia. It is as simple as that. That is the only thing I me feel say you betimi aye na ya support Thomas Step party. Asan obi amfa ne honkonkodi. At the end of the day nchia na nye penalty na nye corner kick. Emfa hwe mfa mre obia. I also we have a comment on Facebook say obu protecting ladies no due to stigmatization. Stigmatization. Na party do onye nipa. Stigmatization e bi mba party so. Are they making him not feel less of himself? Say bobo na dey asem ato so na ye ndi asem ni mpo hu ze waye. Na park so ojibo na obi ehuru. Stigmatization be the chain way. Stigmatization be the chain way.
Obi so say any enka yen start party from the bench. Now enko so problem there. But what if we need party that much? Party born on the born na no we don't need him that much. Okay. No credit e ba ko pe. Message we no credit bi nkomo foforo. Remember me say o ka say me say Michael Essien say Black Stars and say everybody defensive football say na Info right. Say you be bo say the na bo na say start here na sinema. Yeah. And no credit ba ko pe o. Say be bo na sa dia and the sinema say started and your flanks no. The team na they started na no. Nipa mienu the obeka so more experience but born say no mbebo na the Black Stars so mo tena bench party ni Jordan ayu ye no credit ba ko pe. It is with a caveat. Say ya no mbebo na dia Thomas Step party me gitum say party is doing his possible best. So no matter the offer nyina obese evo ne man it's any dem party about 100%. He's done extremely well. But no matter how much party tries, sumne pe. But when I'm emre, it's a dream with the party you obebo pa. But obejira park ne so a. Sa adwene corona ansa man kwa man intimacy akan ne mfa more man no. Nti say ye party ho adwuma psychologically. Na party bitimi aye sound, party bitimi aye fit. Now why you ready for the games are any problem. At BRL, Papi game na no moboja Thomas Step party. They are not better than him. But it is just because the coach realized say party sound mentally. Yeah, he said it. Marcelino said it. in one of the interviews, he said the party they knew from us now is not a party they are
he should not
right
sound
now.
Coach Eleka training grounds in our party of himself.
Yeah.
And that is why they decided to use in games more. And football na more juma. So psychologically, when you are having problems, deliver park and so. The last time Kumasi Asante Kotoko, there was one player, central defender. No beer can ask him, and an answer wasa, and an answer wanyage, and a whole lot. No known to one in a year, and in a year bush of issues with you. Yes. It is the coach at that time, Prosper Togum, sat him down. And on any ding como, and a coach in the say the Hakwadano, and a coach in the Quakorani fear. And you muko ding como ni bibia, and a player and a chassis say obo. But a lot of supporters didn't know what went on behind the scenes. And try to play a little bit abo just because to say on any year bush of a problem or Begina Park so now more. So put yourself in Thomas Tay Party's shoes on your psychologically sound.
Nyamahanu.
Yes. And the psychological aspect of the game is very important. The game has 4 cardinal points. Psychologically, a part, technically, mechanically, and then physiotherapy. These are aspects of the game. If you Thomas Tay Party and your sound psychologically, and this Ghana will be poor. As I say, excuse you know, able to be the Ghana cat home. But the energy levels are in Chimubet party we supposed to be controlling the young boys. Tepi. Jordan, are you born our ball last time? He's been doing this for a while. When Ghana is serious, Jordan are you going to slow the attack? Menkasa Jordan is serious. But Jordan how many years? Or 34 football Jordan Yakokra. Your flanks honum. 7 and 11 to the end of the canon. 7 and 11. No. Does Jordan or you have the pace to play on the flank for Ghana?
No.
Only Meboa.
Yeah.
Yemfa no ntonchen. Number 9 honum. Jordan are you Brandon Thomas Asante in the World Championship. The only idea of it me catch Minister Jordan was experience at the World Cup stage, at the Black Stars level, or experience been doing what in here. But if the game is about form, only Brandon Thomas Asante in the World Championship, Jordan bought 42 matches or share 6 goals. Brandon share 13 goals and 4 assists. Convince me Jordan is a better striker than Brandon. Jordan are the team the call relegation. Brandon are the team again promotion at the other Premier League anymore. So if he's going to play just like he played in the last game, then he has to be on the bench. Because the name wins in me, you know, man, may 7 behind the May Christopher Babu. So come out in Suleiman and in Abdul Fatah Isaaku. Sa school team born on Boma Black Stars and a Kamu. A man come for school team born. Minima da come out in be improve it. And as I fear what kind of they improve it.
I've been saying, Minim Black Stars player when Yamano so much opportunity, but still
a cartridge will be able to my. Semi kitabon ni anyim firi bintem na se nyem so me Black Star metimi akita mo biaje ezitwetwe kwache de Ghana ni bia betimi ayebi sabon twetwe kwache o twetwe na o de acha na se wa ba to atwene na se na kama di mo ye no
o de menkomra
it's asem na August na him for leka no you take into consideration, and at the end of the day me feel say coach no just one friendly match but ebe man a lot of work to do our Black Stars team no. At least the why so far no Andy no kwani nyame I was impressed.
I'm impressed with
oh yes, I was impressed. Nti few touches na aka no on fan so my na Black Stars na he bitimi aye okay na enko yanim na England for na 7 dey omo ncha Thomas Tay Party yeso ye no bia ni ncha bia omo nye nipa nsin obia
Miras Leonard Kusiajeman Biggie rapper culture and what's in Kano. Mammy come on and run off in Miss Ahmed to us. What be Maxwell Waha now over the Akano and Soria Babusa for any command of Pena. Here for latest international friendly matches across Haiti. Esher for Emma New Zealand and Gibraltar. Esher for Sagim Sounds and Albania. Wamu Elusu 1-0 Edema Israel DR Congo and Denmark Ebo Golas or Luxembourg Etrefi Emma Italy Evershed 1-0 Italy and World Cup Nibi and area to Netherlands Elusu 1-0 Edema Algeria Canada, Poland, and Nigeria. One game a 2-2 and area tia. Yeah, there was some Mamu Ewo Juno. So rival watch and they are Panama and Ghana with the same group. Nyamiadma on the 17th of June. Ghana, Aya Panama, Ewo Toronto, and Panama. One share form Emma Dominican Republic, Asia 2, and area to Panama. In the last 2 matches, Omasha 6 goals and Diaba. He has Mamu South Korea, El Salvador, Ebon 1-0, and the matches no Cambodia, and Bhutan, Kenya, and Lesotho, Burundi, Ebo Equatorial Guinea, Northern Ireland, and Guinea, Slovenia, Ebo Cyprus, Iran, and Mali, Andorra, Ebo Liechtenstein, Sweden, Ebo Greece, Spain, and Iraq, and I think my friends of France, one and La Cote d'Ivoire game, and so he had the one some Mamu and so Jumadin Sarape. Baba, I World Cup, World Cup stories no, and so I'm in club, I can't come from a club issues on a permanent shows here, and from Juventus, the old ladies of Italian football. Mami player friend said Dusan Vlahovic, Nayanin Como Enra, director Edema Juve, and your Pena friend said Giorgio Chiellini, one a grantee interview. Now also I start. No percent Dusan Vlahovic, Estem and so Juventus, Memon player no na or pay higher salary. The currently salary conditions no or say Akurado on to me stay and so eat and Juventus and a branch of friends said Dusan Vlahovic and stay with a kind of Zika opera on to me survive and so Italy anti confirmation and I said Dusan Vlahovic every Juventus as a free agent and a reporter bar. He had done some Mamu and so Juventus and area to Mami Aya Premier League no almost I am nominations ni enso babon tinana weno na omubusa 2025 2026 air league season across no best air match for the air season match air best air game no wamu enso nominate games how do p the chance nominate Liverpool 4-2 against air Bournemouth wamu nominate Crystal Palace 3-3 against Bournemouth wamu nominate Fulham against air Manchester City ekwa winning game no 5-4 nominate Leeds United Liverpool 3-3 nominate Manchester United against Bournemouth 4-4 and watch nominate Newcastle Nilis 4-3 bakaya afei Michael Carrick Echo Emirates Echo Arsenal 3-2 nominate sa game no Mami Fanto get Liverpool trafie Emma Man City be sheni 2-1 nominate sa game no Burnley enso trafie ma Brentford ebe sheni 4-3 nominate sa match no Newcastle United trafie Sunderland ebe sheni 2-1 nominate sa game no Aston Villa 4 Emma Sunderland at the 3 woman nominate sa match na fei yenya Everton and Manchester City 3-3 nominate sa game no Mami Fanto get according to the best game about almost a United Arsenal sha 3-2 and the best game with the whole Premier League season and but the second best game and so again 4-4 and a club now you're from some Bournemouth draw with Manchester United 4-4 nominate and that's what to me is our game now and United 2 matches Nina Ebaye and the new coach of France Michael Carrick and update about some commander yet Emamon and so Juventus Arsenal a Premier League champions name me reports Odu Arsenal team them a likely say players to be Ansubet Yako Nyami had free World Cup neba to us from a club na you're from Arsenal team debut na report in second year yes a players as Arsenal 8 million free a wage bonus Arsenal ebe save 1.2 million pounds a week and from wage bonus come as players no Arsenal 8 million na kwaya na listen say and am here Gunim say Gabriel Martinelli a week Arsenal eman 200,000 euros a week Abrantiam the furniture Gabriel Jesus just 300,000 euros a week and what Leandro Trossard on 200,000 pounds 200,000 euros a week Arrange friends Ben White at 173,000 euros. Sonso and Akudana friends Etan Waneri at 92,000 euros a week. Afem Brantia. Your friend say Christian Norgard, 92,000. Sonso and Akodana, your friend say Fabio Vieira, 65,000 euros a week. And at Akodabako, and she 81,000. That is Arsenal. It's your Florida players now. Saving a week, 1.82 million pounds a week. And Arsenal, and so it means a commercial players, and so it's me free team. And I update. You don't want some Emma Ewo Jumadin. Now, I see. CIS Football Observatory for the list me answer the about they can most valuable goalkeepers we are the top 10 but top CIS for one statistical model and one figures no answer the about the most valuable goalkeeper and I'm no say Manchester City goalkeeper na your friend Sam Gianluigi Donnarumma and according to stats na CIS from the abano almost the most valuable goalkeeper branch here needing answer at the Donnarumma and the market value no 79.5 million euros. Number 2 Barca goalkeeper João Garcia 78 million euros. Number 3 Manchester United Sana Lemons 52.7 million euros. Mike Penders Chelsea akwada loan was Strasbourg and then was a Chelsea team no person any Sanchez and Beppe number 1 sports and the value 47.6 million euros. James Trafford United City 46.2 million. Abranche friends Jonas Olbeck Bayern goalkeeper value 45.1 million. Sounds and Stefanov Adam club na from September 2007 42.9 million. Abranche friends about Varangen Brighton and Hove Albion goalkeeper the market value according to CIS for them 42.8 million euros. Sounds and Mal Sola one Adam Roma 41 million euros and a branch friends Kalaha one F Liverpool joined Brentford 40.5 million euros and according to CIS Football Observatory also most valuable goalkeepers and I don't want some yet so sounds here list most valuable players about players one of the add-ons and switch me at the car na top 10 said this year number 1 branch friends Lamine Yamal almost some that the market value plus add-ons no 358.1 million euros. Erling Haaland at also number 2 227.3 million euros. Mbappe at also number 3 165.7 million euros. Michael Olise and at also 4 140.5 million euros. Morgan Rogers at also 5 136.8 million. Desiree Doué and at also 6 133.2 million euros. Afe Canal Niodo say with Juventus on at also 7 133 million. Samson and Nico O'Reilly a Man City player the market value 125 million euros. Arda Güler Real Madrid 124.8 million euros. And a Paul Kubas in a torso number 10 124.6 million euros. I know according to CIS from and the Salis Nediaba yet Mamon and so Jordan now Maminko Real Madrid elections near Coding Comedy Kai Ora France Enrique Recall anyway and air contest Fiorentino Perez Madrid presidential elections no Orano Caso or grant interviews and raw monitor should be 2 years opinion say Edru Baby Nanka Barca team no egu na Madrid president Fiorentino Perez and a boy Barca because of Nadia Super League no na opinion at the figures at the Bible and temperature Henrique Recalme at the figures about and was aware and a lot of Madridistas at him because of Super League in the time of Barca which you know also Fiorentino Perez Emma Barca 400 million euros opinion and Wama Barca as so rise here na ono kanano me anasa no me wakasa ono okasa nkobenyano nanka Barca ya relegate to omo anasa Barca team no egu Sir Ayada Barca gu anasa mo relegation na La Liga ebe ya boring said nkofo kana ono nkonfa ho ase Fiorentino Perez wa accuse no so ma Barca 400 million euros eno ya message what the campaign unsemre bi make sure some na Madrid supporters ne bi enso ekwaye painting omo chese Fiorentino Perez or Barcelona ni and no person will go Real Madrid. And no reference Enrique Recalme and Swashia. What did I want some answer there? Na mami opinion time no kuta Erling Haaland and Jesse Oko interviewer. Na oye interview no. On se Fiorentino Perez Abakan and Ra Sanya no Krata. So reference Enrique Recalme in some of Casomo to Abamano. No by Madrid president. Only 2 superstars. Edin Komobako Haaland and Abako Aya branch reference Rodrigo Fiorentino Perez. Ebekasa Sansam no club yanim and Ra and Enrique Recalme co interview no. and Okoyi aya Madrid New Jersey and number yellow Okoyi sa jersey no number 9 Holland ni din ada boachiri and Okoyi ye Diamond and is Okoyi sam aya jersey no dia Mami Ellen Holland never pa aya Alfie Holland and afi ni agent your friend Rafael aya Pimenta Omaba Mountain Eddie Abatuga Sansam no Adano Cre. Na Omote say in a sad interview, no, Oranum, I friends Enrique recall me, Edin Comose, Edia Holland, Nepapa, any agent, almost support no, Enrique recall me. Holland Abusia for no, Papa, and I any agent and say, Adano Cre, Omo, Wamu and support to be a. Jetanus Omo wish to candidates, no, Omo wish to be well for the elections. Omun support will be a Holland just an agent no and the father and so the Bible today. Mamma for entering as a Manchester City team in that report say Wamus attracting legal action. Eddie Enrique Ayere Calmi and confess where dear Omoya aware. Sir Opinina, your friend is and also run on the ding and so Eddie Fiorentino Perez about Sir Man City for say Omun Cabin Shamuti baby. Now we are campaign our player, our contract with Manchester City, walk in Jersey, Sir Ordinary Real Madrid. Almost say Man City for us there be some no one at the Apagino ever call a court because a illegal so by a sadio and I report and so betoja the other one some Emma I would imagine Mammy Abrancher friends at Denzel Dumfries. Mammy for we enter us Abrancher is a diameter some Madrid for no a confirmed and yes Okoye medicals was signing a contract in Inter and so you are aware of Bibia Koso Enchevia Madrid at the official communique and so baba Sir Inter for right back no Denzel Dumfries or a player and so the Real Madrid after walk up no about Pimo and so it was Spain no but also the Madrid and no Fiorentino Perez and Shako confirm Sir Abrancher friends Ibrahima Konate Wafano and so the free Liverpool Ibrahima Konate and so Eba. The next 2 players are Mina reports of Fiorentino Perez, episode, you know, Josco Ayavado, and I'm in home come from Manchester City, opinion, episode Josco Valdium, and so about Ebio, Brancher friends, Joao Neves, Diamond is a Neves, and so a player, and then or friends of Fiorentino Perez, episode Joao Neves, and Sweba, and we report Amina, the other one some Emamu, and so much medicine, and so Maresca, Makato, some anyway, she's on the coach, Eddie Manchester City after Pep Guardiola. Mamin confirm with Enfamo. Yes, opinion deal no intimate official a delay because of legal negotiations with Chelsea. Because legally only Chelsea our clauses be I was some Man City for 18 AWM. I was a coach and I got any Chelsea team that solves our clauses. No, yes, sitting and so intimate in the public. Say on a young coach and Macau's a contract ready. Maresca was signing at the Manchester City and I report about yeah, there was some FIFA World Cup and so Naya Kodin come from Monday and a better something at the national team CB on my justice we all one more you for almost first 3 games and group matches no justice no one more you so yenya and a full compilation of justice news group matches get it kind South Africa away just no news our the first 3 matches Australia away just news Austria, away just news Belgium, news away just for the first 3 games. Our World Cup, La Côte d'Ivoire, and as Ivory Coast, women so news away just DR Congo, news away just for the first 3 matches. Curacao for away just news Ecuador, news in the third just our the first 3 matches. Ghana. News in home agency, the white no Ghana news white no for the first 3 matches. Haiti news in the third, and for Netherlands, away Jesse, the first 3 games. News Iran news in the idea now Jesse for the first 3 matches. Mami Fantu Iraq. News radio, Japan, news away Jesse, Jordan, news Portugal, news away Jesse for the first 3 games. Senegal, news away Jesse, and Uzbekistan, and soon to mean you soon if that's the away jersey for the first 3 matches. And your report and so betoja yet and so so FIFA and you take a decision on a racism. A FIFA World Cup so now the change you say FIFA or communicate at the amount all associations and as all countries are one qualify for World Cup no omun country will play no so come as mujina park no so now racial obi abuse wa obey X a gesture no I don't know obey na oya referees no anywhere to crawl na on be pese ewiase nyina enso be hu da ya to crawl na e command sa jabete and say sem na te command sa na etoaso a on betime halt aye match no ana so be suspend match no for 15 minutes and some match no cry betwam eno aye report am second team wa no we aye Facebook and YouTube no Vinicius Junior dia why either screen so so we game no now say player bi enso esa aye sign na no just racially obi abuse no ekoba de sa ye betimi apose game no for 15 minutes and say betimi twa game no mo eno aye report am saka yet ema mo enso Junior no so February mo enso ewo aye start the Marthas National aye stadium ewo DR Congo area DR Congo wa mo aye national stadium no Mami Fantu yasem the Abano government of DR Congo Jamete and it's a mounted giant air screens was our stadium no and DR Congo matches Obekwasa air stadium no akwa matches na mo amuntimi mpiemo America also because of Ebola and for the supporters they refuse you amuntimi travel and America and the abana ye and some natural mounted air giant screens and so national stadium on team Kobia no about 80,000 and a stadium and so for any reporter menya yeah there was some Ebamo and so Jumadene Sanape Maminko aye Morocco dikai Emma branch France Ashraf Hakimi na unsama bakacho Hakimi say say the most decorated African player 19 aye trophies and awaje Maminfa we entigas enran eno kodru e Morocco mo camp e aye Morocco Mami Fanto no so kodria no eno mo ya de fefe ensori ma no se wonya a successful season waje Champions League asanso age league na omutwa cake ene ma branch France Hakimi yenko ayam na aye Morocco for camp yenko Hakimi ekwe mo fa so a omo so celebrate Hakimi nra
Non, je suis très content, fier de gagner un trophée important. Pour moi, comme je dis tout le temps, je fais de gagner quelque chose avec nous. J'attends ça depuis longtemps. Et maintenant, on a un bon objectif ensemble, c'est la Coupe du Monde. On espère de faire un bon Coupe du Monde parce que c'était très important pour moi, pour tous nous et surtout pour tous les Marocains. J'étais fier de gagner ça et merci pour
See, I don't I branch France Ashraf Hakimi and na just almost celebrating a kama and so dasi. Na Morocco national team na kwa drew US. Mama pictures no and Morocco players no for hey suit almost suit Musu Sofian Amrabat mo and a branch France Mazrabi mo wamu emia mu kama Hakimi mo emia mu kama obodi aye Morocco no and a America. Just nanya asem keto enra just lazy me kama bia body suit emia ne tie including backroom staff no siabare no nyina enom diaba ye the one some emamu enso dwumade no se ne mama fa we entiga se okọ Senegal camp mama branch your friend Ibrahim Mbaye wonu share kan edema PG team no answer already Senegal for America nemum wakobo Champions League final only team no ko wanya bia nemum no ka team no mama fa entiga se enra ana some na enra and branch your friend Ibrahim Mbaye vat ahomachin and we could dream our Senegal omo camp na mendinom a branch your friend answer Khalidou Koulibaly nom Sadio Mane mo enso welcome ya kodane kama say back to back Champions League titles and Ibrahim Mbaye one of the set me akenti okodria no na twese obo enso welcome the kama and Senegal for omo camp for Libya enso koso de Senegal akrana ba bedru Champions League medalist o ba bedru champion one abedru na se wo gina baso na se mo gino na mo bana baso kama na oko France amakacho se ne obo game eri etia la Côte d'Ivoire e won nan se no atama wo every Clemfontaine me be yiye enso de kira wo na se me so mo non mama fa we enter yes enra na Desiree Doué ne 21st birthday eno anwumre omo di birthday no enso de ma player your friend say Dway na Dway ekoba so mo di the birthday di amano no wono enso other team na say onse ekoba no say ya no say mo de fa so team bonding ni nyina ekos yewe eye Dway ni enwu de ekos so eno a ewo France omo camp ni nyina eye for Dway.
Merci.
Hi. Mo birthday nyom nyede. Mo dia nyede. Eno aya branch friends did way. Ade de no some answer to ya. Na mami we Germany team no. Mami Rudiger. Eno Germany team no obu ko training me camera aya homachin. Wamu ko training. And players no uns America on tight security. Ekwa mo fa so omo protect teams no ano security tight and so America na Germany for aircraft training Chicago and omo kwa from Timbers wana omo se fan ba kwa Saute Antonio Rudiger din no kuta Real Madrid jersey Mbappe din Guachri na security for the catch consider the woman nko Rudiger export yape and catch security for this Oma Koda branch Emma Rudiger signing just nachi sounds so pictures with a branch and their course into Rudiger says told media no some so some also so Emma supporter no and sunya de na koma and so and Brazil for anyone World Cup Fenia grow no one that's and country World Cup Omaje do Makuma ko num and Omaje na yanko Louis Villa street ewo Brazil onu se ewo sa street ne so dia metene sem dia residents no wom ayusu paint makuma ko 38 dia painting Brazil and I say omo painting Brazil omo flag no 38 different ones omo the 217 liters of paint and the yes artwork ni nyina no because of the FIFA World Cup and tiamfa ne sanka Ghana ha say na yamfa ne sem stadium sa stretch ne so edeba Virginia kwan so no ya painti akwan na fam wanyina Ghana colors Brazil colors no and omo dia painti street ne so mo we Facebook and YouTube mo shadia omo painti Brazil wo green yellow and afi blue and white no because the green and base no and omo painti Brazil for colors no edia to kama and no street ne so kwan na wa and omo painti flag no na kuma ko 38 edia gu fam eno de eno BBC Brazil for our training session mama Casemiro or the tackle way eko Endrick so na you say Casemiro onu nkasa sapa Endrick acho opanacho na Casemiro nya botre na say de oye Neymar obepra sa tackle no de ko Endrick so no say de ositwa Endrick no owi no so de mo eno sapa ne cho be bacho mo a mo ne Brazil for group no Casemiro be mo adwuma even onu nkasa ne teammates oyo mo adwuma enti oyo opponent na wagina ye for abranche friends Casemiro because Casemiro ebe ya onwa adwuma pa enom eyetia ya do some emamu ewo dwuma de no so Spain ewo game and then against Iraq menya reports manager friends Luis de la Fuente decision and say players way woman out of a game no Lamine Yamal Pedri David Raya Marc Cucurella Nico Williams Victor Munoz Arancha friends Fabian Ruiz Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante Mikel Oyarzabal and afi Martin Zubimendi coach no ebe de sa place ni abetanchen said the Ghana Yama Antoine Semenyo anchor team no the transfer players when and Spain Iraq no omunyina out and dem circa after and some at the latest 2026 World Cup predictions no and so the abana top 10 countries are or chances according to Opta supercomputer no or Spain chance 16.12 France a chance 12.98%. England a chances 11.18%. Defending champions Argentina according to Opta super computer almost Argentina chances 10.36%. Omotoso 4. Portugal 5. 7%. Brazil 6. 6.61%. Germany 7. 5.12%. Netherlands 8. 3.62%. Norway 9. 3.51%. Belgium 10. 2.37%. Oman Fagana Abem. Eno ayediatia yade wonsam eba mo ewo tumedino so list me ababonte 69 different national leagues and participate ewo FIFA World Cup ni mo na mema wo breakdown 69 and also 69 national leagues. The leagues we are seeing no players are World Cup no 69 leagues and ya select players edo call. Na England, 43 clubs from the Premier League. Bastion, 43 clubs. I produce 204 players for the World Cup. Germany, leagues 22 teams. I produce 109 players. Spain, 25 clubs. I produce 91 players. France, 22 clubs. I produce 86 players. Italy, 21 clubs. Omo produce 71 clubs. Saudi Arabia 12 teams. Omo produce 49 players for the World Cup. Turkey 13 teams, 45 players. United States 22 clubs, 42 players. Netherlands 16 clubs, 38 players. Belgium 14 clubs. I produce 32 players for the World Cup. Brazil 13 clubs. I produce 32 players. Portugal 13 clubs, 32 players. Qatar 9 clubs. I produce 29 players. Mexico I produce that's 14 teams. I produce 26. Now say let's no basa now we more so Ghana. But Ghana yenso yeshemu baby. I just say yes, because you produce Benjamin Asare. One club, I produce one player for a World Cup. I know you're Ghana there, and I'm at Ebamo which made it so. Mamma found and as a reporter, Mensaka, and some Brighton Mobokono, our player. I have friends Jean-Paul Van Herke. Yes, his pass, I did a built acquire. So mo pesa a defender no. Jamatin is a Brighton, as you know. Coach a friends Roberto Di Serbi said, be Acrano, Nanka Openo, Open Yepa, also no. I Brighton. Nemum Brighton team they say Wamu Anton a player no Jean-Paul Van Herke Wamu Anton Saboyno Enu I demete Mina report a branch of friends Lawrence Carriers Liverpool for Empiridiate 2018 Champions League final. Liverpool I am marrying mistakes. Emma Liverpool elusu I trophy no. Na okopiemu I was Schalke 04. Or don't qualify. Eddie about the German Bundesliga. I mean report say and the Schalke for no wamu Emma new contract. Keep away. The do baby no be official career no and so when I Schalke I no so na kwakusia kan contract no you send the salary on be increase Eddie no. Or reference Fiorentino Perez say Mbappe I one of the best players we are say na mo Mbappe bako no o ka chemu ne Mbappe oni baby akọ na odi opa hwe Mbappe ne stars never the magnitude of player now say Madrid for any play on manenko there be enum jamete many reports of some members our Glazer families no you so more consider after 2 decades 20 years on person to almost take our Manchester United you so san come by no to say our Middle East investors ashas ever and afi wealthy US buyers omunyina enso stay alert. Bradley Barcola Liverpool there no you say Liverpool ashas any agent friends Jorge Mendes edin komosa akoda Liverpool for you on person didn't replace Mohamed Salah club friends Liverpool to PSG more ready more can ye because Liverpool benya sika on betnetia for Abrantia your friends Bradley Barcola on some no mekacho Julian Alvarez many reports some na akoda on forcing way out from club friends Atletico Mate say we communicated to Atletico Madrid team say so come say Barcelona then are materialize cry one on found so best only problem so best and so our club na you from Atletico for instance sound come on say almost say buono 150 million 150 million and PSG makacho say abranche friends Goncalo Ramos abeko okwa menya report say PSG ebefa Randall Colomwani 30 million euros and on the befano Eleman Ndiaye Diamante is a Manchester United latest addition ever United shortlist national Eya branch your friends Eleman Ndiaye and Eya Demete Liam Delap say Chelsea for no Eman one more season na unfirm prove the doubters or ya one player is so be unfirm who him the obey who we are see Adam said Chelsea for the crown or Murefino also what dear moment one a year chance 1 season Alonso Eman 1 season na prove say on your bad player eno aye reporter manya ya the one some emamo e wodimo so me ba bedwa for so na ya bedin ko na me pass this quick aye info emfa so wotie me na woye aye bia Facebook aye group administrator anase oye WhatsApp group administrator anase bia aye Telegram woye group administrator me pacho so one members aye 1,000 members conversation we for serious because we are demo and I'm the MOE we a gaming and lottery opportunity and so the amount intimate a large online community no makacho we admin sir a pure sports WhatsApp platform we members ebro I so members up to 1,000 via Facebook and we group me admin our members 1,000 but friend number we say because yeah mo I offer I just say a life changing offer any at MO number no 0242 046 285 0242 046 285 that your fresh number is here neti enkomona ye no edi no we Facebook WhatsApp and also via Telegram administrator or members edru 1,000 that your call is here 0242 046 285 0242 046 285 Mr. Your call is here. Barbers and more munim table, more munim tray, and more munim a table. Shop will be our patase opposite watcher brand here and a workers barbers and more munim a table braiders no. More free accommodation number was offered 0541 401 756 0541 401 756 offer sana mana wunim tray ana wun anasa wunim tray ba obenya adwuma enso aye latest phone SM Kancho say nan say ena twawo mattress enso ba aye atose hu say sankofo bi nipa bonefo bi nam krobo say ya won enwene nipa pom den obu di bone na bone omu di ni say omu the materials aye substandard ena aye mattresses on say o ka unim say okoda no relax oba sorry ka wo ba da wie no abre na wonam nyina aye o ya say ne ma mo de ya no Ghana Standard Authority requirement emiti sankofo ye clear omu nyina na wo mshane so sem obato aye latest aye foam mattress ni bi na wata so many abofu achi say we na ne boafo na we aye na we na obenya ne cheaper one we ya o to ade ne fo no one we ya yare a wo be kwakofa no eno so be come to them to latest from over 60 years ni and a latest from aye in existence o ma ya adwuma O Kumasana person from 0322 029365 0322 029365 Accra phone so air 0302 231 155 Bebacho latest from ayo partner for life company be help nipa any o ma ya adwuma Mr. Me the number we were to just here now afraid. Also mo pesto aye managers enipa 3 also kuta HND or higher degree one more pesto attendance enipa 3 also not at least SHS graduate or pe warehouse workers enipa 3 and also SHS aye graduate and a cleaner aye oba and mo epe so bet ya adwuma na 0267 000 003 0267 000 na wafresa company se sie no muni nkomo na twese onso nya adwuma eye mebacho ye to dan ewo eye Chronom Red Park Adonko Company Limited e chiwope eye 5-bedroom finished house and aye ton friend number we se sie never heard dan edan ye kama ye sie wi what you say 0545 388 553 0545 388 553 na what you akoto dan no afi president SCN Kancho say walk up we enya afi na okohabo e woni pem obie wanum a na nkofo e dwane bebacho menko ha ho sa the tell us president say we e president sign offs na your friend do the two you can't do the two not just what the president ebe brashiano pa now the president abrashe anwumre your friend do the two no one can say brashe sa obehunsa no kwasem and it's a pepsodent adwuma wonu say pepsodent because of so adwuma o maye ntino obi ekoto toothpaste also auto pepsodent because obenu say enum na ye papa also Obstacle Enterprise for Makacho say oh ye building project me na obehia tiles wall tiles and I say bia unya floor tiles tiles papa a free tripod Mikaso tiles different colors different design shapes and color and sizes no menyina also Obstacle Enterprise na beko no akota tiles no and so there for one check on the tunnel so one ye opposite palace no adum adjacent Ejaba jewelry adum the opposite post office and adum say on Champagne Palace so Abrepa Junction opposite county hospital over for also Obstacle Enterprise it was 0244 458 542 0244 458 542 now the also Obstacle Enterprise for and so at me atwetwe enkomo na aye African Logistics and Shipping Services makato say mo amotonema from China edeba Ghana no all ship here we have problems afani nyina ema aye African Logistics omo small parcels omo groupie small packages say wow ema wankasa we service kanya afi na abekwa no akoyo say da bi and a full containers omo dedicated FCL shipping door to door omo pick up our China no more deliver for Ghana the amount and a fast clearance hassle free customs clearance our Temaport and also omo buy the amount omo warehouses too was you and a Guangzhou and a Ghana so no tama any Kumasi omo line no essential WhatsApp line 0536 735 0536 735 now no more enso enkasa big Mama yenim komo kakra no pay ye den semre de aguo they say the Black Stars of Ghana so go ahomboa so
sure
chese bibia konkan FIFA say so de o mo hye ne ma wo am say World Cup we dey ebe chen World Cup bia ahwe
we are hoping so especially when the last World Cup Qatar 2022 no Andy to be honest looking at the comedy organizing World Cup and everything, it's been the most expensive World Cup in the World Cup's history. Per money they invested in organization and everything, and already standard no. Honestly speaking, Obi Qatar 2022 World Cup ni bi ane hu say Qatar for ni chire bibi World Cup ni mo. So if you claim you are America or you Canada or you Mexico, now Obaba be host the World Cup for Mexico. With no disrespect, amount for Argentina and Ninja and New Mososa. But United States of America and Canada there, that is where the attention is. And it's also America or Canada now organize the World Cup and now host the World Cup. You have to put in the work to make the world know say Ampa or America, Ampa or Canada. And that is how come they've taken or put in a lot of premium on the World Cup itself. And you hope say you the best of tournaments at the World Cup and the stories and I say Liam de la Passem.
I say Chelsea for man once.
Sir, he needs another opportunity with Chelsea Bobo. And you're bad, to be honest. Everybody deserves another opportunity or a second chance. Liam Delap is one player. A lot of clubs after the Premier League season, which was in the first season, Ipswich Town equal relegation, no. Ball of Bebo English Premier League. He scored around 12 goals in the English Premier League season. A young man had one opportunity now, first time, a debutant in the EPL. Now about 12 goals there. He caught the world's attention. A lot of clubs normally interested. Manchester United was interested to bring on Liam Delap as a striker. So Mebo United anymore on Famao. Eventually, Chelsea linya the north. Omutimi convince Akwadano no sign on. Akwadano called Chelsea. When to me I'm more as expected. And Yaman Koyi and Famano Kra. But we've seen certain players who move with different clubs. Ebinumu humpa different leagues. About teams mo. Na ebi wono ma chase any difficult later befa. Ebi wono ma chase any difficult emfada. It depending on who nipa no a wo hwe Liam Delap. The angle a wo hwe Liam Delap dey free. Chelsea atisika ko top striker to say Shevchenko. And in every Italian Serie A Moaba. At that time, one of the best strikers in the world. Shevchenko by and went to me and more the English Premier League for Chelsea. And Yaman Koyi and Famano. Chelsea spent 50 million at that time to bring Fernando Torres. At that time, it was a British record fee. Chelsea told Fernando Torres, I have a friend, Yima. But that demon you may 5 something. Madao. They may tell you, pam. Me sorry, I'm a big gate and I thought Torres more woo. These were the words. Or can we see from no koye? It tells how not Chelsea supporters they feel say getting Fernando Torres on board, all the problems in the attacking machinery are solved. Fernando Torres by went to me and more. It will to me Liam Delap from that angle. So Chelsea has had top strikers or mobile went to me and more. I eventually free club in Mukoye. But there are other players in so I said it was difficult. Ramirez no nya striker. But Ramirez ba Chelsea obi onim Chelsea bia or her Chelsea at that time bia and we say Ramirez struggled to settle with Chelsea. Meaning Chelsea supporters at that time omu come at viewing centers akohe baller. Omu ko gina bonten. No matter Chelsea lineup. Lineup the banner Ramirez woman omu ntueska no mu kofie because say Ramirez woman Chelsea be lose. But that same player because a coach kept faith in him and had a consistent playing time. It got to a point in time he became one of Chelsea's best players. I think it's uncle for Cronano. Omu come at viewing center. Omu jina bonten train line up now. This time Omu Shesa Ramirez womb and San Omu Tietska. Because he had become a key figure at Chelsea. And Joma Babenya Didier said, "Oh, more Chelsea will win it." Things changed for the player. And he said, Liam Delap is up another opportunity with Chelsea. And you're bad. But as we speak in Common United Alonso Swandi. I am saying this because say Alonso Bana over Chelsea no only time for games, only time for try and error. Alonso instantly has to hit the ground running. Obeka say Chelsea team in the last season and Koyi no cre. Chelsea team in the last season come from no cre. Alonso first season no cre. That is very true. But Chelsea support Alonso Obeka Chelsea you Enzo Maresca. And the first season, but at least competitions are no mobile. Chelsea was out of the Champions League, just like the Alonso situation. The both season no other Conference League. Essentially, the Chelsea are qualified back to the Champions League. Now in the first season, Okoje Club World Cup. Now in the first season, it's the ABI you move be understanding of the game. About to be about tell build the project in Chelsea, but there are people that omunya sa about training the santi asene mfamao because of the Enzo Maresca be yardstick. Looking at the performance in the first season. Aside that, Alonso as a manager has something to prove. In Alonso your record of Leverkusen, Bundesliga. No losing going throughout an entire Bundesliga season. Or the Bundesliga trophy. Obianye bida. Even the greats like Pep Guardiola Mukochi Bundesliga in the moment me anyebi. Alonso akwa ye. Wakobo Europa Cup final. Olusiye. But at least this kind of team, so they be breaking the dominance of Bayern Munich. Now be league in quiet achievement. Owie no Kobo Europa and no nkoda nchen. Real Madrid felt you were ripe enough. And your brother be Juma Famaye. Beginning of Real Madrid, it was good. Alonso ball. About first 6 league matches, no washa 6. Obiase Kaya the NBFB. Eventually, Enyama Chassis say Essa. Atletico Madrid chain no man 5-2, the first defeat of the season. And a man for Chassis so move in. And a problem Chassis say eventually he left Real Madrid, went to me and Jumano. For whatever reasons, I of course behind the scenes. Once I went to me and Jumano went to me and that is the most important thing. Why lucky you've watched a club like Chelsea? The Chelsea job should be a face-saving job for Xabi Alonso.
The career.
Yes. I would say your face-saving job now. And yes, sir. And after Chelsea, Xabi Alonso be shall say atiako for my bed to be benya omujidi no sadi team kese be mawo. Because Real Madrid went to me anye. So about Chelsea into that went to me anya. Do you think the Manchester United be peso be foul? No. Do you think the Liverpool be peso be foul? Barcelona be peso be foul? There be Bayern Munich. These big clubs are better than some be foul because some be who say, "Well, Jumani ye for team nke to aye ma o kese a wonti nye." Enu bi na nke to Jose Mourinho no. And Nyankopon ye na dom and all the Benfica Juma no a face saving job. And now Real Madrid is signing Fernando Naba. It is Xabi Alonso has a point to prove by using the Chelsea job as a face saving job to prove to Obia say he's a manager or up for the task. It's in situations like this only time for Matarama Kwe. He wants players or proven. No shots, you know, but me I hit the ground running. And you be depending on or no. You be Liam Delapumu and the Bejinaso Saudi and Yashima Memana Quenya. But baby Alonso Genano, a very difficult amano. And me, me feel say adeɛ ba kwanka be Liam de la Pandi say onya move mpa on pay loan out of the Chelsea club. Fortunately for you, Ipswich Town are qualified for Premier League anymore. It is why they believe in you. It is the team that made you. And, yes, and players, so what situation we say more. You need a club and a manager to give you the minutes. Because as we speak, how do you polish your skill? But Chelsea Bema said they be aboning ko yimpa bana. Debi and until make Kasabi Alonso only time I also hated the ground running from the first game. But Ipswich Town here, looking at what you've done in the past. What's your move at Chelsea? Over back to Ipswich Abebo. You are coming back as a big boy. It will bona anye yimpa. They are still going to give you the minutes and keep confidence in you. And that is the kind of club we're here at this moment. So Alonso man opportunity with Chelsea. I mean, no problem. But say Ama Uncle Ipswich, Uncle relaunching one. I think that is going to be a very good decision for the young man. And the Real Madrid, Enrique will come in seminar or Kekana. Any city of person in a court, and I say ABR or be taking it on in whatever way, you know. I think say Manchester City are right. But in as much as Manchester City are right, you know, they have to take a second look at their players. Seriously speaking. A lot of the players want to leave the club because of Pep Guardiola.
Quote legal actions because what's it Florentino Perez na shechiri.
Florentino Perez you want to be our general. Mom for Assembia and Guachano. Also my father Sabio. I didn't know mutim. I just said Florentino Perez the coming Oba Kolan for Momo Kaka. Maybe Enrique come in Ankasana there. Andy. In some maybe on my oka, me feel say a political talk. Because only track record be only experience be but the things you are saying a Roma Madrid job na say utiminya abema umo do no utimi take some of these steps but onya nyaye the track record of football administration we den only track record be abetimi dia to Perez dey on into our form compared to Perez it is so can sama ehu na to supporters the team also will be the Haaland beba na say one team amfa Haaland amba social selina obetu obi adu tamana 1 year it means when you say ebia na anya ye so what you say if you are confident enough say juman wa wi a me the Haaland beba there is no man to me amfa na ma and I say me wi Haaland oba but I no nkonkoda nchen no Manchester City has to be careful. Manchester City players no willingly they want to leave. They want to leave. And Rechi Kuzanov granted an interview. And these were his words, Mami Ridi. I say, I feel betrayed after Pep Guardiola's departure. Kuzanov. I haven't spoken since the end of the season because it's been really hard for me. I felt broken these past few weeks after hearing about Pep Guardiola's departure. But what terrifies me even more right now is that some of my teammates are planning to leave. Kuzanov, Ruben Diaz, Bernardo Silva, Josko Vardio, Maguire, and even Rodri. And even Rodri. It feels like this was planned all along. I can't keep holding this inside anymore. I feel betrayed. Yes. Kuzanov nekasa asem. And the dino boy and menya sure say your money na ni o. Ebi wo honoma ebia e within them but omon kan chwe Kuzanov. Magehi ba city da. Magehi nye January na ba. Yes. But can you blame him or joining Manchester City because of Pep Guardiola? With no disrespect to the Manchester City club, there are certain coaches, I call them the magnetic coaches. And they are attractive players. It's Maguire going to Manchester City. It is because of the Pep Guardiola factor. Because on him say, maybe this season the more than. But some Pep Guardiola Juma, Abroswa within 3 seasons, Manji League and Major Champions League. Player be happy in Kurua. Na mana yekese, na mani mo do. It is all Bekaya. Time Manchester City. Any idea issues ba bonti and some 12 for status or muliki se Pep Guardiola ekono. Pep Guardiola beka say or you angry from deep source or you angry with the Manchester City authorities because he feels say I'm gonna leak information in the man some trouble. And it is one of the reasons in here. Few matches are now to end the season. No, now Manchester City players no, ain't even winning some of these games. It's an undeniable fact. Players join clubs for various reasons, and managers are a part of the reasons in here. One thing I say, Mesut Ozil, Ekafa David Moyes on. Ebisa said they no joining Arsenal. Also David Moyes didn't be in common. But as a Wenger friend, no, he was the one who was able to convince him with his project. Yeah. Imagine so we player. Na Pep Guardiola afa for na fell. The better me know you Juma Manchester City. Na Enzo Maresca so afro. Enzo Maresca fell. Look at the difference. Maresca. It's just Enzo Bar City. No, but yeah, Juma players ni bi jamu GDA. They say Juma na oya wa Chelsea no. But saying yes, sir, and it's going to affect the Manchester City team. It's Haaland and Common Abanina. Manchester City betting me take me on mini problem. But I'm for focus on attention. And players so almost starting on Munkomo. I'm convincing some of these players because they feel say Nippon to about Manchester City. I'll bet me my great players by winning trophies. Hey, Pep Guardiola, and he's left the scene. It's meaning Sir Rodri Nkomo be a maybe a buyer. Obey say opeso obo Madrid nesa nyina between lead to Pep departure. Of course. It's who tie Kuzano from common. Or say he feels that this was planned all along. It's not going to say and be an players to be aware. Yeah. On a name. But not maybe the name until say it's maybe the Barbontina Matina. Ahame. I do think that Rodri would just decide he wants to leave Manchester City. A team you've played and a coach you've played with. Ballon d'Or. But now Pep Guardiola is leaving. Some of my idea may we met me at Ballon d'Or. I'm coffee and I'm in Madrid. I'm in Mobokaka. The sitting penny for no BBA. Omun Chassi need the top players in Casa. Omun Chassi and convince you. It is not just about Real Madrid. There are other clubs on Chassi video on the Manchester City players looking at the kind of project Omoye. Because the City project, the head of the project is no more. And player Biabepe, says you are also doing any from no who coach or fuse or calling Honomoa. Coach anymore, they must still have a man relevant. No, no, Juma. Omunye Maresca nyo. Senzo Maresca Nyanya Juma says City players Nigenidi. Club World Cup champion. Of course, Club World Cup champion. So does that mean Senzo Maresca? When we come to profiles, any coaches are a big change. You say Morino. You see, so he did very well. Our Chelsea a Jumanimo, and then there's no doubt about it. But a Jumano, you have to do it for years with some level of consistency at the top. And now you got top managers now. Okay, I think Pep Guardiola with no disrespect. And as they say, among Luis Enrique never, among Carlo Ancelotti never, among Jurgen Klopp never. Do you think players to be decided to be Manchester City? They are going to stay. But because it is Enzo Maresca, and the Enzo Maresca says, "Be ye Jumano, Emma players ni mu GDA." But omo be twen wa mo be ye Jumano do sa stage nana, and that is where the Manchester City authorities should come in and start talking to the players. At least omo Enzo Maresca 1 year. Now Jumano here was Chelsea, so betimi hit the ground running quickly. Manchester City in the first season, they said you who were Chelsea no. Me sure say players be be na be GDA no matter na ye Juma. Coach be on a level of players. I will bet me actually a ben about Juma de Amaro. It's top managers. I attracted top players because chance in we are behind it. It will be more so.
Say, Biggie, Mazo.
Yeah.
Abraham on the Kakana, if you had the official and studio to us. Well, if you ever heard Black Stars, Coach Akasa, Sports Minister Swakasa, Augustine Hemfo, and so the F2 Diaba. Mammy, you, Max.
I say, my culture say, unya football team back or bed dominate forever. So as now unya country back or bed dominate football forever. Because never heard Brazil will be on money. And they say, be a collebi on parties, our culture as a Brazil first or one never boarding in a hope because a brow. You look at a team like AC Milan, now catch them what they've done. They need to go research and see. So a woman even currently the way Real Madrid are playing, Real Madrid of all teams, almost player crowd need a Spanish national team no more. But I know they are understandable because say we are Madrid and our Barca player and it's about what you are doing. It's boys now more Madrid or more Spanish. Now what compare Spain team the opposite but why now few senka ebi obe to me I hope you understand. Ebi a obo Barca who's the first nanka Garcia or Barcelona goalkeeper and straight away will walk into the team so number one and Real Madrid no be number one. But now Unai Simon and Eda ebi cry Raya cry to me about before him. Until things are changing. She'll be said Mastantuano. Very good player with a lot of promise, but Argentina for now are leaving it out. Now the question is that he's Mastantuano who plays for Madrid, but exactly what is he doing at Madrid? And it's a what me argument Nasia. Ain't he? Mbappe, though Madrid didn't win anything, but hey, you can't stop him from going. He's going to be the players here doing headline the World Cup and all. I hope so. So most often, no, sincerely, it's not about the team you play, but it's about what you do. Because born my catcher say gradually a movie out of Spain. And I said Spanish for no a year serious. On base serious, I was say Florentino Perez, and Barcelona head no etnasi. Well, now almost on the fan aspect, the rivalry, but what is going to happen for the Spanish game to come back? It is very, very, very important. It is a Florentino Perez Boa Barcelona Momunya Scar for Minka. There is nothing wrong with that because he knows that the more Barcelona grows now, also grow, no, they will all benefit. It's now a European Super League now. Also, we are two of the teams are among the 12 teams in Europe. We are two of the teams on they all saw that there's going to be a lot of benefit. There will be a lot of cash, so that they will be able to go. Madrid themselves, the financial fair play behind job, and the reason is that you hear the stars about Madrid in recent about the last 5, 6, 7, or 8 purchases or about. Majority of them about free. Meaning so it's about your team the Oba Beje champions or no maba and they give you higher wage. No. Sika semning jinan and also to say the jinano. But just that these teams are it entices players to want to play. Like Barcelona, for instance, player person the pay so person move call here they are member Barca need that thing. Madrid me call major Champions League. Those are the things somebody entice. But financially there, more power no, I don't think it is the same as the top teams in England. Even PSG money, City money adi. It's in nature, man. And the player Bia Real Madrid, the Barcelona person more enticing. Arsenal can entice the same player. Liverpool will entice the same player. City will entice the same player. PSG will entice the same player. And currently, as I'm speaking with you, it means say, which other team in England? Chelsea will entice the same player. Until so more your margin say on person more for you. Into nano, the thing is a shifty. Into the be no career by me who also I try this. Yeah, by minute. Show more players need now. Now PSG players age now. Yeah, Arsenal players age now. Yeah, City players age now. And enough compare Madrid ne Barca player for player. So monem beat you or more, it will be almost this equal. So what's the idea? And she said, Bibisa Bane say paradigm ne air safety. Because first na, nka can come and tell you say Kibicha Kavalaskelia. Hey, Madrid will come calling and Obeko strike or PSG. I don't mean yes, nka will say way better like player B Barca will come calling but today it is not like that. Even Atletico de Madrid cry and this are players so. I'm players a coach and I is serious of so you be utum or more players. Into the thing is shifting. It is a Spain for the Bibia Yandi. I'm afraid here dominance no. Into I feel it's a Julian Alvarez no Beba Barca. Not a players or being at the Barca Champions League. Because of Madrid mark 2 seasons, right? If I'm right, 2 or 3 seasons out. 2. Sabah conquered the semi-final last season. Maybe I Arsenal a year if I'm right.
The Arsenal, I think
quarter final. I say Arsenal and PSG moment ball semi. Sorry, quarter final near him. When I waste you more stage bay. This season so much free.
I think quarter now.
And tonight say I don't know more boss or more, especially bringing a high profile player like Mbappe. Money I don't know more boss or more. Barcelona so free we be back on the semi. Now we so quarter na me boy. It's almost boss or more Atletico so more pushy or more so quiet and no more frame by. So clearly speaking, I think Spanish team will not be like so money flats they might put up a challenge. But the way the English teams are playing, they need to go. So 400 million, that's a lot of money. And Andy, Ghana have 400 million begu bag him. Ghana cramming yes also $400 million a begu bag him and a befa bank near transfer. It is also among 400 million there. The question is there is Sika bank because Kebia ye tudin. And Andy, what mean to me mouse card just my mouse can met tudin. It is a beya said a gift or grant. And I may so was saying, and I say a loan. Meboa, and a dividend and a mutual, and a profits. And I'm say it's cabin. And it's a one to be name me Sika Crody, and as an asamo canna and said down, and a deans near this kind of mine. Super League and also a mobile no boamonia, so no Real Madrid boa bassa 400 million. Or no Madrid soon saying, because Madrid or Obecas or Moon Pesca. Florentino Perez or no Sikenino or no Pesca. Into no pesca mobiana. So and also Emma. And as I will prove say bank benefit transaction no so the details of the transaction ediba. It is handy say all these things in Kahodia. Now say papa no some no can people who are wise shouldn't take it. Because oh can asemna wisdom mama. You need to prove beyond reasonable doubt. International there are some two be so a man crime on also defending himself and say so also prove it beyond reasonable doubt are they not one. But just all because they be out there to no so no one yet. It is a walk can no name there no Emma. Then again, the comments ni be say or no per se Barca collapse. Yes, these are very good comments, especially coming from the Madrid line. Because we'll be up by Madrid, we'll be a walk Madrid call for no so any beji, yeah, but just all it is an area or the year. And also the Haaland beba. No one for Haaland about bedding.
Obitua Madrid for deals no 1 year obitua mo
akoye promise pal also for instance Perez Angasa and say wo ka adwuma ne dia let me agree with Biggie say unya asem bianka but what you say a recent time the second coming crown YJ Champions League ni bia enti say obeka bibia say wo ka nsem gu ne ho fi. Because Madrid needs to say no credit for instance Perez aboa Barca money 400 million no credit and say election no belusu and that's what me count that and no say for instance Perez so say Barca ni enti ko Barca no credit so ma Barca nya say ask enti na Barca aba market ni dia and say election no hey it doesn't matter what you've done obelusu I don't me nya adwene City dia de kakra bi who say Man City ansa since 2008 has Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan ebefa club no or might go through a lot of transition. But one thing they've done right, so from 2008, at about 2026, 2028, we're out 20 years, maybe. Until let's say 18 years. Only somewhere you saw only 5 managers. Brian Kidd, crown or no, be stopgap coach. Into no permanent, but on permanent basis, the more you saw only 5. Because Mark Hughes, and a start here, Juman, Obekaya, and I ate or more pam no. Elsewhere, no. Roberto Mancini Abba Mbajawati atia Pellegrini munyina so etumi ebererem into omo team bia omumfa coaches because even Pep Guardiola alone spent 10 out of the 18 is it 20 28 or 18 out of the 18 years na meboa yeah Pep Guardiola nkwa spend 10 into Roberto Mancini Brian Kidd Manuel Pellegrini mono omunyina no okaboma they spent less than 10 years. And say Guardiola ebeji team that because of longevity no Emma Guardiola the time to build. But don't forget that Pellegrini also won the league with them. Anameboa. Pellegrini won the league. Say Pellegrini Nigeria league na City no. Or the Argentina komoji. Mancini musu beye bia. But who say Pep by that 10 years no Man City ebe dominate here. And when a team also be a winner success people want to be part of you. In the Guardiola and the style need your benema Man City ebeye the apex ombe dominating English football just like Alex Ferguson's time at United. Offer cross a bomber now who pro because it is Ferguson. And the team was built around those people. And see most often problem is when they are not there, I am a problem. It is a Man City so when you go through their seat we come Man United be. What they need to do they say e also ma Pep Guardiola nansa na kire nipa on succeeding and this on me adwene because the best succeed Pep Guardiola no ne style and the management IQ ni BB and the football brand no, it will be reminiscent. Say Ntisa best say Pep Guardiola, so that they will get what we call continuity. Because Guardiola most success now your munyan. And this oba na your wide range so best standing in at go abenya problem. Manchester United problem when you say almost succession plan was not the best. Enka on said na Fergie yes or Beko no pay Guardiola to follow to succeed him. And see there were a lot of talks, but the Ekoba and say Fergie decided said no, he'll go one more season. No person or caught on a high by winning the league. It's one more season. No, so Pep, no. Looking at what he's done with Barcelona, no, or you're obsessed with the game. It's also so he needs to go to Bayern Munich. So the Bayern Munich own was not a planned thing. And David Moyes, but no about on the David Moyes need you call more years. Manchester United so a man more years, so he needs to go. If you want to say try and error, try and error, try and error. Obibo baby, Mourinho crash to me about baby. No we are baby, no we are baby. So exactly a succession plan is so muheni. I mean, why the players are doing that? Because whether or not you like it, Pep is no more. So a Pep into na wo kwadi and also got never. Because Pep will not be in management as we are speaking.
Maybe there is
no. Sir, if Pep is moving to a new club, maybe Abaka say Pep, you want to even that one. How many of you na Pep best? You guys should be professionals enough. Me say how me for Antoine Semenyo, because another coach ebe to me aba. No, I can't say be at the style be a Semenyo born. What did they make and I say? Oh, yeah, okay, obey you soon. Coach, we to me about Befa Semenyo. These things happen. And a players in Bajo. Yeah, what I'm on boss city ana. Send on mobile other clubs with different managerial sets. And a Pep do on baby you saw. I think the players should they love him. Also, Maguire he say Pep they love him and all that. But the reality is that Pep is no more. So career don't continue. Won't you continue your career? And this movie say Pep corner the omunye okay. The any omunja no money Pep in question if Pep bad management and no makobo. No, they are being kids. Sometimes oh yeah man, Drew baby, you need to take a risk. For all you know, no coach or baby, there are some players who will benefit. And Andy Meboa, Obi to say Bernardo Silva, he has been there for a very long time. Is that Silva person movie out a mini problem? Because the Obenya Bia he has achieved it. Say El Kai Gundogan, Wabako, and a set of other players. But me, the guy is no more but me no. Because we have boy Jeremy Dokuno or Bona Yebe Legre was the best player in the Premiership. Ye cap there's the last 10 matches to or cutting in a pioneers or cutting in pioneers. So I saw him taking it easy. Enzo Maresca is also a coach. So no crown why assistant with your friend is saying Pep da. Mikel Arteta given the chance of Arsenal. And in next Arteta is so free Arsenal that Arsenal boys Becca said they all want to go. Arteta what team? No. You are building career. And career partners are a cycle. Man City starting and Pep neho. Nobody even thought that Pep Beba City meboa. All of a sudden, Pep Crown, the first season was City was not the best. But from there, she said, "You're my to make the coin." And the boys should also understand that football here a new era. And new era, and Makase coaches are urban. A few percentage be. And no more coaches or more well experienced. To say be our Enrique or Pep Guardiola or Carlo Ancelotti were free club managers or national team management. Jose Mourinho also is coming back to your friends at Real Madrid. But over majority of the coaches now, they are a new breed. We are moving to another era where one a be coaching Arsenal, Arteta, one a coaching United, Carrick, one a be coaching City, Alonso.
Chelsea Alonso.
Chelsea Alonso. City Maresca na Beba. Let's see that. Liverpool likely. On neighbor. One a coaching space is here.
Disabi.
A new new era. When new set of coaches Beba. And Andy, don't be surprised. Nobody should be shaking. That is how football. Even players in the cry a new era. Because the Ronaldo Messi thing is no more. They are playing their ball. That days go. But for now, players ben here come as him. Ye Kalami Yama, ni ye Kambape, ni ye Kawai. Ebia Kabatskelia, ye Ka Dembele, and ye Ka Wayfway, Louis ne Hurricane, ni ye Ka Louis Diaz, and ye parents Olise, ye Ka Eze. Yes. in the next 10, Declan Rice, yeah, Bukayo Saka. In the next 10 years, we'll be talking about new players too. Also, we most are on their way outside of football here because it started with Pele Dems. Pele mo by Johan Cruyff mo be take over. Di Stefano by Johan Cruyff mo be take over. Na me boy. Later no George, we are money. Your friend is saying Marco van Basten, money Ronaldo, Luis Nazario de Lima mo ebe take over. Me boy. Then Zidane also take over. Zidane was around onusu ball machi. Ronaldinho Zidane also by almost free one. It was time for Messi Ronaldo to take over. Me boy. Messi Ronaldo, there was Iniesta, there was Xavi. And a host of other players. Me Real Madrid, you saw Fernando Redondo. So okay.
Yeah, Redondo.
Massive midfielder. Figo money time ne buy. Omukoi. Mbacho Vini more time buy. So Manje Champions League. Ronaldo Manje also 3. Omukoi Vini Manje. Chelsea mo Drogba money ade ko eri nyina no. Kai Havertz mo time mo so anje. Inti board e bed des a ti nyame aba. But what we need to add, I say radio here, big me sure say Tamana Usana Utie radio Kumas now take guys. Who was your favorite guy?
My favorite.
Yeah, favorite guy. Tamana Utie radio.
Those days I think sometime on Chema BKW. Yeah, because I was an ardent listener of Fox FM.
Yeah.
Until those days, sorry to say, so now a radio presenter can't want Fox FM minimum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to
more fire.
Me feel radio in Chimno.
Yeah.
Although Saka was soon pass, what radio.
Did you at that time now you love listening to them, but now Bibi unim say Oba Bay radio abejisa him and no Biama Jackie Mungina no echa. Your friend said dancing moves, man. Now
it was a dream, but I didn't know how it was going to happen.
Exactly the point. But by His grace, it has happened, and it's happening even better. Maminka security ensure. Material only ni partner me feeling in radio pa. Fred Achi. Do you know why? I don't know. Usa Achi no was swag bi. Send your bet bro from so stadia.
Tina Uchoria.
And yes, I'm
England in our having.
Me kasa get you. Andy me kasa wajo. Me fake idea. Me kasa from Kuala Brimu bio ni me bia esa na mete. Bounce na achi on their metro.
Yeah.
Or use words. Usa achi use words. And na style be ebia yo send your the best to I really love achi. And it is something I've even made him aware. But just what I say. And later no zati or sati local no means initial na me local sport. Let me tell me the foreign na me pay. But just what I but means say o koye adwuma baby na gasa wo the foreign kwan na opa. One no nye local. It is also ko anima so we tu ni nyina. But just what I say. It is what it is. Inti omukọ ebi beba nti coaches we are aba no. Almost me say African League mu be dia na big oni me nya adwene. Because coaches level ni nyina ye pe ba ko mehwe obi asa. Uji this ya me so meje. Uji am ba Ateta na mama no warning. Ateta mama no warning. Mbajo uti. Unless they be and you also catch as a member in Ateta or you could yet and say looking at the teams that were England big Ateta and if you so no building the team now original level be.
Oh yeah.
Onim the team be onim or more players and much better. So he needs to dominate. Him so only me argument.
No peda me catch
10 years old, but at least I also take you over from.
No peda me catch the next best 3-4 seasons.
Oh, so yeah, baby. So one jinning in our crash, so at least 2 out of that. And again, go for so theory be say Pep Guardiola said that no more J League because all corpus or Nechijan. Because Ateta and you say be what Arsenal no do that level now. And Pep the Nechibejan was City. Into said that no man J League yenum be you should prove to them because looking at all the coaches on my but you good because on a level near penandi a little details be pen a budget until the premiership is going to be strong. Akwayo free all and buyer Georgian Club buying a Juma and a slot Georgian Club buying a Juma ball bay or bet twice or G. Ye called Nessie who's a song yadi unim the India or Babe change bibia there be. Say oko baby o inherit ade na ade na plan work already start working with the same plan and my results so going forward no na o de adjustment ade e abem o papa you buy a ball head man wa beche wa bongo for the ko he senka emra o he senka mu chi ne tuma na no me ngade
mera se maxona na se yamra fie na yemra fi 7 series yet ma me say enfrem free the camp of the national team the Black Stars of Ghana. the Black Stars of Ghana arrival US of A and over on your screens and ranching the Ghana community around almost kushia and I say almost bujama no kama in a more professional way as much for this tournament. Now ma yentie coach our friend Carlos Queiroz Eddie Atuga say ni focus on the team no and say yen first 3 matches no you bet you qualify from the group. Yentie coach Carlos Queiroz and Como
90 minutes, and at the end of 270 minutes, we have to guarantee to qualify for the second round. That is the main goal of our team and main priority, and we are focused in that goal. Play this game of 90 times 3, 270 minutes. First half, second half, third half, qualify for the second round, and when we qualify for the second round, the show starts, because everything for the winner, nothing to the loser. It is when the real World Cup starts. It is when.
Hello, coach Carlos Queiroz for the national team, and I think now McAddo, the vice president of the Ghana Football Association, was say on the already moon, and it's the empire near wish team no well ahead of the World Cup. McAddo.
I think all we can say is that we keep praying for the team and we wish them.
I had the vice president, Mr. McAddo, and I telling you now. Augustine Hemful, Edna and to Black Star was saying now on Tuesday of Ghana versus Wilson, and I say any about defensive system. Any LCMA and Nesniama Estati, Nebu Antoine Semenyo, Equabaya 9.
What I saw yesterday, if we are going to conserve, like which is defend, and try to hit them on counters, then Niama should start from the word go. You could play Antoine Semenyo as a false 9, even though that is not where he plays. He plays also want to play from the flanks. Because currently up there, I don't know who will be there, who will be that quick like Semenyo, who can also run at defenders and hustle them to make errors. So I would prefer Kamadin can back from the bench, but rather the Niama and Christopher Babu. There's a lot of work that has to be done on this team.
Chi Osiebe Nyama and Christopher Babu Sunyama Semenyo Emo 9, even though Enshada Nyini Principal, which is when the approach the Sunday Bakondia, also Sunday set up. No, Mike Lessian, a former Black Stars player, on the expectations for the Black Stars at the World Cup.
I think they do. I mean, they were a bit disappointing in the last.
Kofi Iriara and Sani Atene Kana Samojan on caliber and cheap performance against Wolves. Baby Jet, Edin Komo.
The way rising up is very, very incredible. And yesterday, everybody saw what he did. Not only the goal, his positioning, his pass, the way he follows attack and everything. I think he's all right way of course wearing the number 3 shirt. I feel proud of somebody wearing the number 3 shirt and then scoring a goal. This is not the first time. I think Jonathan Mensah also. Jonathan Mensah, first time he wore the number 3 shirt. I wasn't playing, he scored. So it looks like the goals are in the number 3. So yeah, but honestly, I'm very, very happy for Rich.
Well, we in Seminole Kakra, but I know Samojan on one Casans visited the Black Queens eno kodi nkomo enu se nyame ado in July na wolf kono enso be shasi nti okonvesite ma no ekwehye owo nkran so no ambassador for the national team, not just the Black Stars but all the national teams since then we so ba me who some of the videos are on Doris Bodu much ocho position and all that ni nyina 7 series bigi mama samra hobi we na yenhwe Black Stars so any ahoboa team na kwa kudru and it was a great reception they had ahomachi.
I'm happy say a team no could do US no Ghana for the drone or honum na kwa ku share team no na asema can say Black Stars in the team no matter where we are kwa ku pie bia no e wo dom die che e wo nipa Black Stars ne do makoma so. Coach Carlos Queiroz on the first day I outdoor no Ghana has your kan say the presence of the people, the media and everybody how important are Black Stars to Ghanaians. Until Jumana or Babefano, only the kind of a Juma or Babefa. And let's say, make sure, say, Obabwa, na Jumana or Babefano be the amount on I into the Amagana for Andy. Caleb Yirinchi, as a modern and seminar, Wakadia Fakwadano. Akwadano, any little opportunity he's gotten at the Black Stars level, he's proven that he's a quality player. Caleb Yirinchi gives us options in the Black Stars a lot of players doesn't give. He's a proper midfielder, defensive midfielder obo, central midfield obo. Caleb Yirinchi plays as a right back when the need arises. Until to other time they do maybe not they branch anybody right back position because now right back in Nihonum. But today, Sena ya born of a boy, you know. Ali do say do a backup or not so on. Sally do the best starting as an I backup or whatever way it is going to be. We now have right backs in the team. We need players who are young, who are energetic, energy levels in the washroom. Who are to attack one 90 solid minutes. And the other Black Stars team. And born of a boy in the second half. You go no say and Fantonche. How he played in the second half against Wales, the energy level, how I know to run over park in Bibiano, a clear testament of the Akwadani Betimi Ayediama Black Stars. He's nicknamed the new Michaelisian. It is not just by fluke, it is about performance. It was a find a partner. Papa de Akwadani will fin honum. Na the Akwadani Jina honum. Not the only ye born now, only born about the Black Stars. Tournament na ye konandi ye results are enye dini we ni when we started giving the Ayumu the opportunity no there were senior players our Black Stars team but you would the Akwadani betimi aye especially after the 2009 Omuko World Cup no Andre de Ayu Jonathan Mensamu these were players AB and K coach bi anko more opportunity. But Milo had the trust in them. He gave them the opportunity. And Kwadani to be Boboni, the Black Stars. It's baby a game na could do level na game in econo. It is about competency and efficiency. It is not just about names. Ewan Nogeland. He's been one of their consistent and informed players throughout the season. League Omuboye, 2 goals, 6 assists. From a defensive or a central midfielder, good goal contribution. It was such a player or honum. No better me a body amawa. And until I make an opportunity be a quadana be our chess board with him more. Give him the opportunity, give him the chance to play. Now Quadani exhibited the William from Black Stars. On Antoine Semenyo say Kwako you as a force number 9. We have a number 9 in the team. This is not the first time I'm coming with Beba. And I'm not sure it is going to be the last. But the cast your mind back. The Black Stars game and Semenyo as a force number 9. And the Black Stars. Now you have Semenyo performance as a force number 9. Semenyo no the natural position on the flanks in the Sumpo. Looking at how we set up our team. Semenyo to be as effective as Oyo Manchester City the Bournemouth. So you the Semenyo Kokoto flanks. Our Black Stars game more. You see Semenyo as a winger. But Semenyo born on your winger. He's a wide forward. I had to say number 9 out the NATO flanks. Into a better flanks in Impa. He always wants to get closer to the 18-yard box. And your Semenyo numbers the Semenyo who with no disrespect. Semenyo is not a good dribbler. Semenyo need that flying winger or jibona or bet me actually nipa be 5 3 4 2 no take players on no ababa the body ashe now woman fans there be. Semenyo is not that kind of winger. Semenyo mo Vinicius Junior mo bo ni bi there be. And yes no bono or a wide forward or a number 9 you didn't ball wings. Into debut person getting close to the 18-yard area. A during Manchester City games Semenyo when he plays on the wings as a winger. Until each other function well, but Semenyo functions very well. When Matheus Nunes be as a winger, City attack here. Now Semenyo as an inside forward. No, but inside. Now Matheus Nunes are far wings, so don't know creative way to the Manchester City. Now Semenyo remove a 18-yard box because the numbers negotiate and assist and the master Semenyo. It's here the Semenyo Kwakwa Bobo. Here you see as a force number 9. Is he going to be effective? Yeah, you see, as a winger, a typical winger, is he going to be effective? Yeah, Peter Semenyo effective. And we see you see to say you to know man on it. A man bono goes on. And that's how you play the Rebecca Somasa. Sabin and the Inaki Williams. It's Inaki Williams, man, and I'm wings on him. Inaki man here be born as a force number 9. But we don't him say Inaki going to be born number 9. So anytime he comes to the Black Stars, only effective. Because we don't use the players well. It is not just about changing the position of the player because if you say you need you want number 9 or Brandon Thomas Asante. Say Jordan are you ni mujidia. Now say Jordan be kwa bench. No about game from the bench fine mini problem. But once we have a typical number 9, a striker in the Black Stars. Andy, why are we looking for a false number 9 when we have a number 9? Didn't ya? It will be all. And Philippa and I no. Your man a chance na yam fan mbo.
So Augusta now for a message you say on no way no. Sa coach in the system now will deploy a defensive system. Nti eno na man can say be defensive dia. We will mention 3 players. Say Yama Nyaman start.
Yeah.
At the latter part of the interview okay say Yama this Bunsuba should also start.
Yeah. I don't say you're starting
for the width, not Semenyo Ejina middle.
I think that's a better sound. So, I did back over one. Say my Semenyo as a station number 9.
Number 9, yeah.
Now add a bit of dynamism to the game. Say the baby to me move it to any department up front. No, I acquired more or less like or born number 9 there, but you're a free rule. To say the Paris Saint-Germain, you see Osman Dembele. It's a baby on the back Gina or Fuse or Jibona, or bet me you see born to the best of his abilities. No, Fahon, no, Jibona Baba easy. See, BBC and the they are fine. But your boss Semenyo has a 4 station the number 9 there. It is not going to help.
But I'm also looking at the rule. It's becoming a new rule for Semenyo, of which on your conversant with that rule.
Of course.
And I walk up and your league in the able.
Of course.
Or 3 matches, nobody decided so between Yakoima and Timinko. So at the tournament, and I a player a new rule. Obo Dembele about this rule and now I am very confident. From last season, it has been how I know Musi using it. So I'm also looking at say Yadene boss rule na abe new Nafi went to me for rather than the name say this is how this is what he's good at. And they wobble from Bournemouth. Everybody Man City, I said with me, but why not use him on that rule?
That's what I said earlier. Say, San say you use it to make him very effective. But say Kobasi Chinchine trying, say necessary coach in a year there. Then I feel say using him as a floating number 9. I'll bet me add the other duties by himself. I'll only feel so born to suit himself because all my Mijani was a Chinchine trying or trying boss near the Abrenoa. Then it is going to help. But then yes, Sadia, you were number 9 on him. And in the last game, Brandon Thomas Asante showed that glimpses of a good striker. So why don't we give him the opportunity now or more? But at the end of the day, the engineer can be an adventure opinions. Coach in what the final say. On only a man is Castle Juma, and on only a so bit me a Juma Diamae. For me, I wish the Black Stars the best of luck. Now tournament in the Shasia, then we don't have my games in Monday.
Okay. Mira say Biggie. Max.
Yeah, I'll say Yembo Semenyo falls number 9. And why? or say coach in tactics in our bonana meboa. Into the question, you can't false number 9 any day. And the what I say, who is a false number 9? Again, do some teams play false number 9? Yes. Normal ball false number 9 a working mom and working mom. A be more a worky, be so and worky. See, for example, Luis Enrique Piazza, they play false number 9. Who is the false number 9? The word false, no, the opposite a true. It's either true or false. And the words must say. So a real number 9 there. Now the other one is a fake. That will be the opposite. Then so a pure striker, so it means that the other one be diluted. But they are all strikers. And he won himself false 9 any position and a ball a day powerful bomb. It's a Johan Cruyff and a Messi. And our perfect is our role. False number 9 means that obo number 9 you're striker, but you are not a real one, the true one, but you're false. So it means that like only the real thing, no, you are a fake thing of it. So we both false 9 and the obo as half midfield and half as an attacker. The idea is say onjina enim all the time, but almost say your possession where you half or drifted deep into the midfield. No, I be supportive play only because or be draw nkofon defenders no be chasing now, but say be others no be fa ho akoshe goals. And one false 9. And the question is that can Semenyo play the false 9? Is Semenyo e bi na ya na we so born Hurricane a ball by Munich no. And most often is he a ball 4-3-3. I need a tie use the false 9. It's even Lewandowski crown so be here. Most often on station anymore be he's also involved in the play from the left and the right. But 4-3-3 the say mina me ball 9 me free wa me position I said your boy 11 as or ball 7 or be takey. It's makasa 3 na we ni mo no be about 2 positions at least. Need na all born any the number 9 position. I think say it's going to be a lot of workload. And because we have not practiced that, and I've not seen Semenyo playing, no, I think say it is too early to experiment that. It's too early to experiment it. Coach ne den obo or defend it. No way you suit the wings, no. But what I say, so omo nenko is only say Fatau Ishaku omo end products no delivering it and ne high. It is a if Semenyo that player who would like to take you on with the ball there, it is fits perfectly into the coach's plan. Maybe so what's my argument now? Because ye run no, ye bar only say Ghana because our midfield is not creative. Partey is off. Omo more midfield omo nye creative no. Ye nkuta ball. So because a Ghana nkuta ball midfielder ye ntumi ball because we are not creative to do that. If the coach now when they say now what we are going to we will defend. It's a nya ball now to the wing. Pa near was speed test no moko. I hope so. What's my argument? That's how we are playing. It's the majority of the ball, you know, my ball Ghana side. And na misru. Because the more I hear Bobo who defend deep near ball on your side, possibilities of committing mistakes, you know, higher. And our Ghana team now, we don't score too many goals. In Chad this year, concede goal it's very difficult to see a winning game, you know. So what's the idea? Be friendly, say boy, you know, the any concede goal a winning. Mr. Trinidad and Tobago, yes, sure, more England, no, it was 4-0. We did not concede. But the moment we concede, no, friendly, see, you consider you winning. Because against USA, we conceded, you winning. You Lucy, Mexico, you concede 2-0, no, and a second 2-0, you concede, you to me winning. Even Germany, we conceded. Austria, you concede. And a Wales, so we also conceded, so we could not win any. Say all the way in the crab Japan ni Korea ni na we considered and we could not win only because we don't score many goals. Yeah, they are one goal. And he says, well, my they one goal be yes. It is say na go say Panama say ba kwa na say ekobo draw na Panama say 2 the and the binya say be so mo 3. And yes, I make us a Ghana to me, but that is how we set up. Meaning, so what's my argument? Yeah, a bed is a Panama say 2 a best 3. And a Panama so your team they want to attack no matter what. Who say no game no boy no money Dominican Republic no. Or second team in the boy no senior players to the count and they won for the Panama games on boy now almost go. Even against almighty Brazil, almost 6, they still score 2 against Brazil. And if Ghana scores 2 against Brazil, I think say good to go. But how many would you also concede? But the defensive play in there, there is a way to play defensively. And you're necessarily so big way to know where defender or box. And the what I say, we can also go by possessing the game. But here, Ghana and your possession and creativity level no ever fem. And see, that's how I think say yes. If you say too early for it to be experimented, but it is good. Also, Drew say be at the not dream ba yembo. But on that things a coach, he knows what he's doing. And now one must have your crumble game way, but when you have fair idea of his team and as to how or the never can a bit to me ako. May Macassa as our young guys and you more chance no more, but also rebuild the team. You don't take off all the senior players and bring in young players. It does not. Ghana had to say team members or build or rebuild. No, I can't say Ankwala, but Yanganisa. Would be so all the times Ankwala and Beku Silva. As a senior players Kakran and your move. Now Ankwalano and a Dawson. So gradually, now ye seniors need frame. And only after the World Cup, I heard senior players be brain. Yan Shadam from Musabi. Yes. And Yan how he's going. I think the coach and send him how he wants to go. But Macas a Ghana team, we know. ABIA, Diani, I say England near court. Then a Christian or home person bet near court next stage. Now, maybe or more year near.
Mamintia was so adventure, Ewan somewhere, Yabro Brusui, Ewo numbers, so. Iramano 0240929256 na yentwetwe enkomo mamini nkomo mra na meka se Kumasi agro processing company limited adaroma omo na esime nkancho se na me no ka se se uye kuani uye kuku kuani anaso uye kuani a udua no baye especially kokofo no we take time yes edidia okuku na akatene moa ese okuku na yare ha adwene pa bo de say ube use angel kill insecticide no na etumi abo angel kill insecticide e protect okuku na fe e be so do so organic fertilizer no organic liquid fertilizer no enso be bo pa ama wondo ba no enso etimi enyini from kama. Hello. Yes sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon bro.
Senior bacho ni obi akasa free.
But I'm going to say,
okay, indeed.
I'm so the American say, the anime say, Koboba, the opinion for no president United for many you 2 million at our match. Oh, man, cry. Just me a bomb pie, you be a bear, come on. Now, players a cushion man selection, you're not players in this why you might so more Bama Ghana. No now, I'm on Ghana flag, you know, and so many soon. I'm on board with my one a bomb fighting and Madame Ramsa. And I'm going to be so very.
Mirase, and also the idea of Intimiso, a vessel so organic liquid fertilizer, no, Benana, a woman tonton, a cuckoo, and also mutunton fertilizers, agrochemicals on the amount of K-Banum, a war kill, and a KGTR 0548 618 025. Hello.
Around this?
Yes, sir.
My main child, a job on what you're doing now.
Obiaju, so, but you didn't really get free.
Memphis, when I can change in a care to guys on the system, my horse and police station, while I can care to you, I mean, take care over you. Yeah. With the honest of one of my family, I'm in the tobacco pay, with the band. Now, everything, Andrew, winning. Also, at times, before Anthony and Yama opportunity, Emma never born. Say, ye campaign near the mountain, your mouth, Aquana. Oh, but I said, oh, pay more than the Nipana, you see a man, union few on our fly day. Everyone says, oh, bad, if more than the tiny panny day. You know. Another so background the one to my mamma, yam, tiny panasa, as a woman in Bono. And no one no more than one woman, a very equal. Then, that's one to my mamma pay for me, as you said, you're no day. Air for me now. I don't know, I do baby and a kite that in the day. Air Bamuno. What I say? My sister, me analysis, not to do a case, say, Cobassa, Jordan, you, Echo bench, a crown, say, a bon one. Second half, no free bench. And let me say, I won't say. The last 10 matches, another the last 50 matches are Ghana abon. You will play your almost go to tell Jordan and you are now. The answer is no. What I say? And to play at them, I wouldn't need to pay to 90 minutes in England. Obey my show, say, Obama go there. Young Van Traben. And to Jordan, are you there? Anytime the first level, Bebanese, so where Ghana mine coso, any individual and coso. What I say, only Yaminejma.
All right, me da say, and also I drink chira with the aba clean sound soap no GC brand restaurant. Germs and bacteria be on my own for any but very, very deadly. Use clean sound soap no and no effective 99.9% kum germs and bacteria. But then GC brand here says all about you. Never be a horror once. Hello.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
We did offer look, we can say Diaby.
I'll look into you.
Yamisha, the pacho, party in America kakra.
Okay.
The England, decided say, on Parata. Now I say 10 players in the batch on bet your manner. And yet, the American is a son of everybody are. And come more party and start this match. And the second half, no more blabber. And I say, oh, more England. It's say, the Kobasa not so much, you know, we clearly there. And the billion is one so power parking. So the best penny for your home. So when it's hard, yeah, I'm on starting bench then for my Nami
Nami insurance supply da sibe brebe say also do agentry there but medima fo herbal clinic Dr. Time that so ho na ye commission so utie me na yare na achikire wo wayo ho hwie nye ye do achinchina still ayaresa emfa ma ho me ba cho bobode say obekọ medima fo so Dr. Time that so no for time e wa twema gugu the time beto ye so 0244 7742 0500 727215. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, die.
Andy.
Sorry, die.
Oh, boss. I'm in China for time. Say, Juma Mobono, I know the pa. Can you do gas with the Kumasa Swami, Balaka police station that you are with Timothy Dabani, I'm in China parking, your chow pa. Must you go over for so much now. Andy, Bajo, me Bajo, me Papa can come board, oh, Flumonja, 2 pints or cram,
never try.
He said, one cram or corn and one, you ever got to a day. What do we sound?
What can you always walk?
Oh, not all a bit not to 2 pints or crown or corner one or banana one. Wow, yeah, all corner or no one got on Roba. If you are corn one now or corner one, because that's a folk, you can say on one very much you are. Omo one nanga mi so masamba o machi back na nkoma be kra Ghana mpanifuo o de wan ko bia kra de enyo Ghana mpani tazi enye sika na modeko so de tie no nanga wo sidam tande be bia moko weka ba bia moko bia no mudi ka ko wansa na wo chi ono mato party no ansa na mako ba we de mu de mu agoti mako no wa so de tie no na ko no wansa so de a no wan fa bu ama Ghana fo so de a o man so a o ba samba na wa so de tie tazi adi ono na ko no ko mi so ko ehu etinya de bi so ba ton ho ama Ghana fo anya ba no so na eja o mo de pege da be tu o mo so ama o ma ko to papa so mo ko to papa so na ye we gbo o mu pa andi aye gbo o mu pa na ye sika dia soma wa o de ko o so tu kwan ya won kraye na de bo ne be de da ye wo na me de me stress say de o mo ka de Jordan ayi won sat no e pa to ayi baba wala man so ye Ghana ni o ma ne sate mama ko ta di every bench one started first level when you know both 45 minutes because say we not finish second half grandpa me be what say we na free bench about that say baba wala man dey get on peg Ghana phone call for no bla wake up on the match we kra why
sorry that mate me that say I say hey dio Gengemet dental clinic we watch a same problem be an ho and e could be a when your problem wanum or say if it happens also still na go teeth open say halitosis area okasana pampa eba Gengemet and abekwa report junction Bantama Hospital total fleet station Accra eyunungwa omo opposite NDC office no Tachima Maxima Market Kenten Road omo 0598731823. Hello.
Good morning, Andy.
Good afternoon, sir.
About good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Kasefri bon show.
Okay.
Me pacho te say team ye dey ya flewi. Date mi so adu. Te say play bi eni ho aye de kokan e bi eni we be teacher bi injury bi ba. Na bi Andy ye yi na film. Te say die say ye support e de better 3. Ye ni bibia ye be ye